Hey folks, it's Keith, Victor Echo 3 Sierra Victor Quebec, known as the Shaky Key, I used to say for my Morse code abilities. What I want to look at today is something very simple. It's not scientific by any stretch of the imagination, but in a way it's to reassure people who are either trying to learn Morse code now and finding it difficult, or the people who aren't going to learn Morse code because they think it's too hard, and those people who, like myself, took Morse code back in the 80s, the 90s when it was compulsory to get our license, and gave up, maybe never passed it. And now they're still in that mindset that Morse code is very difficult. I can never be fast enough. So that's an issue. And I thought this one is simply to reassure those people who are out there, and also to reassure some of those people presently learning Morse code. Stick at it because you can still have an awful lot of fun. So this is looking at, I'm going to call it the myth of speed, the myth that you must be fast in order to enjoy Morse code. And this has been around for years. It was around when I first tried Morse code back in 1990. And back in those days, the Americans had the novice band, and they had two categories, if I remember correctly. You had to 5 words per minute for one level of license, and then 10 words per minute for another one. And of course, in Canada, to be different, we can't be the same as the Americans. Ours was 7 words per minute for the ability to use 2 meters and 80 meters. But if you wanted all the HF bands, you had to do 12 words per minute. And you had to copy that 75% accuracy and send 75% accuracy. I'm pretty sure that was the speed we were required then. A lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people, couldn't get up to that speed because really, if you're copying 12, you should really be more around, copying 13, 14, if you need that high a percent of so-called perfect copy. So that's what I'm looking at. And that's what I want to give the new people, and some of you old folks too, like me, who went back to it after 30 years. There is hope where you can have an awful lot of fun, and you don't need to be fast. Now, most clubs, LICW, of which again, I always disclose I teach the beginner class level, they will take you to any speed you want to go. Every club is pretty much like that. If you want to do high speed, you want to get way up there in the numbers, you can do it. Now, LICW, they'll start you off at the equivalent of about 8 words per minute. In the first level, by the time you get into the second level, you're doing roughly 10 words per minute. And then you can go on into intermediate, and that intermediate will take you anywhere. There's different classes, different levels. Will take you from 12 all the way up to 45 words per minute. That's pretty darn fast. And then, of course, if you want, you can do advanced after that. But really, what level do you want? What level are you comfortable with? Now, I can tell you, I, for one, have no interest in high speed. That's me. There are other people that really want to learn high speed and want to be able to do high speed. I have no interest. I'm very happy at 10 words per minute, 12 words per minute, and so on. And I get lots of contacts. So this video really looks a little bit at that. And I just want to reassure people because not everyone is doing high speed out there. So if you want a nice relaxed level, let's see what people are actually saying. So this video actually came about from a question that was asked on the Facebook page for the SKCC, the Straight Key Century Club. Now, the SKCC promotes the use of non-electronic keys, right? So you've got your straight key, which is the one we all know. There's also what they call a bug and a cootie. So these are the keys that they promote. And yes, you tend to be a little bit slower on some of those than on the electronic ones. But that's where I like to be. And I've had great conversations everywhere from 5 words per minute up to, I'm going to say, 12, 14 words per minute. Don't need to be fast. So let's take a look at what some operators have said. And again, this is not scientific. This was a question on Facebook on the SKCC page where somebody said, I'm thinking of getting back into Morse code. What speed is everybody using? So here come some of the answers. Look at them. I'm just going to put them on. I'm not even going to comment. I'll put them up on the screen. You decide what you think about how fast you need to be. So there you go. As I said, a completely unscientific survey, just individuals commenting to that one person's question about how fast do you need to be on the air now. So lots of variation. And there are lots of people who can go incredibly fast. And I think that's wonderful. Uh, Everybody in ham radio and certainly in single sideband and even in Morse code, we have our preferences and lots of people who you can chat with, talk to, whatever. So don't worry at this point if you're not fast. Once you're on the air, your copying will improve. Your speed will definitely pick up as well. Don't be intimidated. You don't have to be fast to have a lot of fun. And remember, this is a hobby. It's not wartime. It's not the military. It's a hobby. We're on it, and we're supposed to be having fun. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will click the subscribe button and maybe make a comment. It all helps, and I certainly enjoy reading them. Keith, Victor Echo 3, Sierra Victor Quebec, the shaky key. Wishing you a great day. 73.